gosh, I think I still have tears almost in my eyes. That was beautiful, Lucy. I am Janet Spencer, and my husband Al and I, you can tell, we didn't know, live in Glenburn. We've been married for 32 years. We have 2 children, Lisa and Charles, and 1 grandchild, Christine, who is 2 years old. As for me, I thought that I was always a very open-minded person. And over the years, Al and I have had many gay and lesbian friends. But I grew up in an era where homosexuality, let alone marriage of gays, just never was thought of or mentioned. So I never thought of it, and the notion of it as marriage just really didn't occur to me. Like a lot of other Mainers, I'm sure, I wondered why it was necessary to have marriage. Wouldn't civil unions be just as good? But over time, I came to see that if gay and lesbian couples share the same love and commitment that my husband and I have for one another, there simply is no alternative to being able to marry the person that you love. Several years ago, we met our friends Jane and Nancy at a birthday party for a friend. Jane and Nancy had met in college, fell in love, became committed life partners. They had been together for 28 years. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, they've been together almost as long as Al and I have. If you've been married for many years, you know of how you have shared plans, hopes, scares, happy and sad times with your best friend or partner, and how glad you are to have this person standing next to you when you go through the difficult times in life, or standing beside you. Or standing beside you to share life's blessings and joys, too. When Massachusetts made marriage legal, Jane and Nancy began to plan their wedding. All the people closest to them were there with them, and during the ceremony they were laughing and hugging and crying, and it was just like when Al and I got married, except we didn't have to wait 25 years to be able to marry legally. So their friends decorated their car with the usual colorful and noisy trimmings, and everyone was happy, and it was a wonderful, happy, truly memorable day for them and all their friends. After they crossed the bridge over the Cape Cod Canal, they stopped for a quick break before heading back to Maine. Jane came back to the car, and Nancy was removing all the decorations that were hanging off the car and wiping off the just married and popping things in the trunk. Jane said, "Nancy, why are you doing that?" And Nancy said, "Because in a little while, Jane, we're going to go over another bridge." I'm going to choke up. Over the Piscataqua River and into Maine. And when we do, the vows that we've just exchanged here in Massachusetts are no longer legal. So I said to Jane, what would you do differently if marriage were legalized in Maine? And she thought about it for a minute, and she said, well, I'm not really sure, but I'd like to have a huge celebration with all my friends around and joining us. But whatever they do, I know that they'll be thrilled to know that their marriage license is now legal and recognized in the state that they love and live in, and that it's ensuring all the same rights and responsibilities that all married families in Maine share in common. So you might ask, who are these people who would like to show their love and commitment to each other in front of their friends, family, and community? They're folks you meet and work with every single day. They're part of every business and every industry that you patronize. They're part of your religious community. They may be your minister or your rabbi. They are responsible citizens. They own homes, they raise children, they contribute to the Maine economy, and this one is a big one because I know how true it is. They also give a lot of their time, energy, and money to charity. I just have to say quickly that one of our good friends, who is a massage therapist, closes down her practice and gives up all of that money once a week on Friday so she can take her dog to a nursing home to spend with some of the elderly people, and it makes them extremely happy when this little dog comes running in. I say our gay and lesbian neighbors deserve the right to marry.